All right, people, I am going to show you what I do for my upper body warm-up before lifting. This is quick, this is easy. Let's get into it. First thing I do, if you got a foam roll, that's fantastic. I usually do this on a wall, not the upright, but I'm just going to show you here because it's easier. Put your hand on there. Instead of facing straight forward, go about 45-degree angle, and then you're just going to let that foam roll take you up, lean into it a little bit of body weight into it, and I have super restricted lats, as you can see. Pretty embarrassing, but that is going to help with that overhead movement, get the joint ready for that overhead lift. And I'm going to show you one side. You can just pause it and do it on the other side if you want to do that with me. Okay, next thing, you need to grab something about waist height, and you want that hand facing forward, body square, and then you're going to either dip down or you can tilt your chest up. Either way, this is more of a joint mobility than a muscle stretch. So what you don't want to do is arm straight, because then you're just going to get a bicep stretch. So you want the elbow bent, either drop down or tilt up. And that's one of those that doesn't feel awesome, but this is getting that good compression of the cartilage, really good for that joint. All right, then we got to get those pecs, of course. So you can either do the corner stretch, or I like using these uprights. So hands facing in, you want your arms about parallel with the floor, and then you're going to dip in, lean, or turn to one side, turn to the other. So I usually alternate this one, back and forth. So dipping in, get some good body weight into that one. That one's pretty straightforward. And then this one here is especially going to be helpful for this AC joint. So what you're going to do is grab an upright. There's two motions here. You're going to give a little distraction or pull by leaning away from that post. You can also do this in a doorway. And then use this hand here to compress in. You can play around with how high you go. Sometimes it feels, you can find a restriction, whether you're going a little higher, a little lower, but find that good spot and get those two movements. Distraction, press in. Give them both at the same time. Good. And then the other thing you can do, I love doing a hang. If you've got a bar for this, this is a fantastic way to warm those shoulders up. I'm going to show you maybe more from the back here. And the first thing you can do is just obviously do a dead hang. So that's fantastic. What you can do then is also do a little side to side for these lats. So I love this one. Get your legs to one side and then squeezing those shoulder blades a little bit. Just move it back and forth, dip into it. You get the lats on the one side, do the other side as well. Same thing. You might have to move around to find it, but you're trying to get this long fascia stretch over here. And then what I do is move into activation. So now we've moved the joints and mobilized them, warmed up the tissues. Now we want to activate them, get especially the rotator cuff ready to go. So working on the scapular is a great one first. Just these scap sets where all you're doing is trying to tilt your chest to the ceiling and put those shoulder blades down into your back pocket. That's a great initial start to warm that up. Then to get the rotator cuff, what you're going to do is just take a little band like this, a little hip band. You're going to go 90 degrees right here. Give it a little tension, and you give it tension by squeezing in the shoulder blades, not just by pushing out. Arms are stuck to your side, so they're not moving. Keep this tension, and then you're going to slowly bring it up to about 90, bring it down, and you're keeping this 90-degree elbow bend that whole time. So what we're doing is forcing your rotator cuff to work now more dynamically. Do that whole motion. Yep. So do that about 5 times. And then lastly, this is a good one. You see people doing this one. I'm going to show you maybe a less common one first. So what you can do, palms up. This is similar to what we just did there. And then this one is squeezing in the shoulder blades. So a little more work for the shoulder blades, especially if you don't have a pull-up bar to do those scapular sets that I showed you. This would be a good alternative. And then the more common one, take this nice arm's length. You could either just do these spreads also for a little more scapular work, and then get the overheads over and back. These are wonderful to get that motion. And then you can even do little pauses. So find a spot, just work that band a little bit, go a little down, pay attention to your shoulder blade, what you're feeling back there, because you really want that involved with anything like overhead press, bench press, any of those things. All right, hope that helps. Get after it.